Welcome back to the Tigers Den podcast, guys. Before we get started, you know what we gotta do. Smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new, and big shout out to the Noti Squad. Always showing love. If you want to join the hottest squad on YouTube, just click that bell. Well, our Tigers have done it again. They go into hostile territory and pull off a huge upset. 53-47 was the final over then-ranked number 9 NC State. What a first game for all the new Tigers. Phil Alston got the start and had a solid game. He finished 15 of 24 for 223 yards, 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. The turnovers were expected because he's a freshman, but the way he controlled the offense was impressive. The backfield duo of Higgins and Brooks will be a problem for teams. Both finished with 22 carries. Both finished with 120 yards. Higgins had 1 touchdown and Brooks had 2 touchdowns. Higgins is the more speed back, able to get to the corner and make defenders miss. Brooks is the power back, running over safeties and fighting for extra yards. Alston led the team in rushing this week, 133 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's going to be hard for teams to stop this running game. It's just so many weapons now. Out wide, this might be our deepest position. Jackson to Clark led the way with 4 grabs. Clark was able to get into the end zone, but freshman Demetrius Gunn was a great surprise for the offense. He had 2 grabs, one of which was a touchdown, but his route running and his catching ability is going to be a great addition to this group. On defense, the NC State offense was tough, but I am proud of our G-Man defense. The bend but don't break rule continues. The new Tigers showed up all over the field for the G-Man, led by freshman Josh Carey. He led the team with 11 tackles. We converted him to an outside linebacker from a safety because he has great tackling and he has the speed to cover the field. 4-star athlete DB James Herron had 6 tackles. Sophomore safety Brian Smith had 5 tackles. And CB1 John Nichols had 4 tackles and an interception. These 4 players were the key additions to the G-Man defense, and we're expecting big things from them. Special teams also got a major upgrade. John Nichols is a beast in the return game. He finished with 7 returns for 283 yards, including a 91-yard return that set up the game-winning touchdown. He's a dangerous weapon, and we are all hyped to see what he can do this year. So we wrap up week 1 and take a look at the top 25. Washington sits at number 1 in the nation, followed by Bama, Auburn, USC, and Oklahoma round out your top 5. Ohio State, Georgia, Michigan, Miami, and UCLA round out your top 10. After beating NC State, the Wolfpack fall 11 spots to number 20, and look who cracked the top 25, your Grambling State Tigers. Since I was a dum-dum and didn't show you guys the roster before the season, let's take a dive right now. I believe we are a lot more solid this year at a lot of positions, starting at the quarterback position with Phil Alston. The freshman is an all-around better athlete and has better arm strength than Hickbottom and Wright. That's why he got the start in week 1. In the backfield, Charlie Brooks and William Higgins are a great 1-2 punch. Desharius Flowers is a solid backup, and Ellis Jones and Black were both redshirted this season. It's going to be interesting going into next season with all 5 backs on the roster. We are extremely deep at wide receiver. Terrell Clark is wide out number 1. He had a solid season last year, and we saw after game 1 he will become Alston's favorite target. Jamaria Jackson was seldomly used last season, but this year could be a solid year for him. Freshman Demetrius Gunn will play on the outside opposite of Clark, allowing a trio of wideouts to play in the slot. Look for Pate, Salmon, and Route to each rotate in the slot position. At tight end, Jordan Jones beat out Marquise Keigler for the starting job. Jones is faster and has better hands, but look for Keigler to be used a lot in blocking situations. The offensive line is still a work in progress, but our tackles are solid and should keep Alston upright. I feel like we are weak up the middle. Blunt, Williams, and Wilmer will have to learn quick to work together to keep the young QB in the game. The G-Man defense got a major overhaul this offseason. Brandon Varner returns for his senior year and is the leader of the D-line. Cameron Richardson plays on the other side, and Alec Clark is playing right over the center. Now for the fun. We are faster at linebacker. As I mentioned, Josh Carey has been converted to a linebacker. Think Jabril Peppers. He will play all over the field. Junior Markel Jackson will play in the base D. In the middle, we have Jeremy Carter and senior Dearius Christmas lead the way. Christmas finished second on the team last year with tackles. On the right side, Donald Freeman is our fastest linebacker. Look for him to play a lot in the zone coverage. At corner, JUCO junior John Nichols will be our shutdown corner. Percy Cargo had a great offseason, will play on the opposite side. Nickelback Travion Cherry will be pushed this year by freshman Fred Paris and athlete James Herron. At safety, Deontay Bridgewater returns for his junior year as the captain. He doesn't have to worry about doing everything himself because he's got tons of help now. James Herron was an athlete that could play on both sides of the ball, but was a better fit in the secondary. But don't count him out on offense just yet. Athlete Danny Sanders, everybody's favorite recruit, gets the red shirt, but if his speed and tackling don't improve, he might not have a spot on the team next year. JUCO sophomore Brian Smith comes in and starts at strong safety and has already made a big impact with his speed, tackling, and zone coverage ability. That's a look at your 2018 Grambling State Tigers. Now it's time to look ahead to Week 3 and the Battle of the Tigers and the Battle of Louisiana. LSU comes to town, and they are 1-0 after beating Louisiana Monroe. The Tigers are led by junior quarterback Justin McMillan. He's thrown for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, but it's his backfield mate we have to watch out for. Darius Geis came back for his senior year, and he is a stud. When we played LSU last season, he was hurt. Now, yikes, he's rushed for 109 yards and 3 touchdowns. McMillan's favorite target is Foster Moreau. The senior tight end has 8 grabs for 2 TDs, but Jonathan Giles is going to be a problem. He had a game against ULM, 5 grabs for 152 yards. Look for Nichols to shadow him all game. On defense, we're in for a tough one. LSU is stacked on all 3 levels. Rashard Lawrence caused havoc last season for our O-line. They have 4 stud defensive tackles. Arden Key is a beast at outside linebacker, and they are at least 6 deep at corner, led by Dante Jackson. Grambling State's going to have their hands full this week, but Kurt Herbstreit is rolling with us, the Grambling State Tigers. Comment down below. Let me know who you think is going to win this Battle of Louisiana. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're brand new. And don't forget to hit those links down in the description. Follow your boy on Twitter and IG at Big C Got Game. And we'll talk from the hole as LSU comes to town. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.